Hello everybody, it's Elena. This is a video response for the I Love You 100 Subbies challenge hosted by Angie Paisey. I will link down below the video for the details of the challenge, and please visit her channel. She's a very sweet and lovely lady and a great crafter. The challenge is mostly about hearts, and I'm sharing with you the 4 hearts I made, and I tried to make them in different styles. So the first one is vintage shabby chic. I cut heart from some cardboard, and on the back I added a piece from a vintage curtain, and I edged the heart with this gold loop trim and just added this bling on the bottom. For the front I've used a very delicate pale pink with little roses paper, and unfortunately I don't remember the name of the line of the paper because I bought the little pad a lot of time ago. In the center I added a doily, which is actually a piece from a vintage table runner, a bling in the center with a pearl, and a little bow with a pearl too, and I edged all the heart with this string of teardrop pearls and added just some flowers, a little cluster of flowers in the vintagey color. The second one is made out of thick felt, and it is what I call the elegant style, because I don't know why when I see white and silver I immediately think of elegance. And the felt it is built with is white. I put a piece from a curtain that was gifted to me, and I edged this part because the felt is quite thick, so I covered all the thickness of the heart with some white Chinese braid. On the front I kept it very simple. I added just, let me see because I don't remember. Yeah, okay. I added just some pieces from a trim, and I cut 2 flowers from an applique, put some flatback pearl in the center. They are AB, but I don't know if this shows on camera. And on one side I put this lovely gathered scalloped trim, and a little row of silver mesh, and this teardrop crystal coming from a necklace. The third heart is steampunk. I cut the heart from a piece of cardboard, and on both sides I put this paper, which is a replica of a very old letter, and you can see the writing, and you can see her too. Just a second, I'll put her down. You pest. So back to my heart. Like I said, I covered both sides with this paper, and I cut a clock face from some Tim Holtz paper, and I glued it in this way. I mean, this is well, I folded it and glued it in this way, which is not symmetrical at all. So part of the face of the clock is here, part is here, and you see a piece out of the heart, sticking out of the heart. I added a little clock charm, 2 wings, and this, which is a clock piece, a rectangular clock piece with a bird and a little cog. here. And the last heart, I build it up as a flower. So it is again, it is made out of thick felt, and on the back I put first some pink lace and covered it with some light cream sort of net, yes, with a pattern. On the front, like I said, I built a sort of a flower, and I start layering on the outside this beautiful gathered trim, then a light pink, peachy pink, vintage hem of an undergarment, you know. So I gathered it as I was gluing it down, and the same I did with the last trim, which is it comes from the genuine vintage blouse, and it is a very pale green. In the center I just added this beautiful gardenia, and I twisted the stems. There was one more thing for the challenge, and it was an optional, and it was alter a pen or a pencil. And this time I went for my beloved Gothic style. First of all, I wrapped all the pen in light wool material in black and some purple net, and I took a piece of black wool thread, and I start wrapping it around the pen from the top to the bottom in a spiral fashion. And I finished off the part near the tip just with a piece of black lace. Then I started embellishing the top. I put a dark purple rose, some black feathers, and all around it there are black and different shades of purple roses. So the black ones are 3, 1 here, 2 there, and this one, if you can see it, has a faceted glass bead on top, and there are 2 lighter purple roses, well, lighter than the one I put on the top, and an even lighter one here. And then I made a little dangle charm. Well, honestly, I have no idea if Angie likes or can't stand skulls. In case she can't stand them, she can cut the charm off. This is my dangle charm. It has 3 skulls and a key. And since this is a functioning pen, I will wrap the tip in aluminium foil, because I don't want it to stain the thing I made to put everything in. What I made is this. It is a simple clutch, a hand sewn, and I made it out of piqué, which is actually very sturdy cotton, but it frays a lot when cut. I wanted the clutch to have a vintage shabby look, so I frayed the sides. The first thing I made was forming this loop, which is the fastening of the clutch, and then I added a piece of vintage trim, some more here on the top of the flap, some more here. This is a very pale pink, and I added a vintage doily on the back. It's quite a big one, so it goes on the flap too. And this part comes from a vintage crochet table runner, and there are 3 scallops, and I sewn this crystal, it is a resin diamante shaped piece, and I sewn it so the clutch closes like this. And the last thing I made is a fabric postcard. I've used some paper from the same line I've used on a heart. It has vintage shabby chic pattern, and I added this piece of patterned net to form the pocket where I will put a note with my details, and I edged it with this beautiful loop trim. On the front I cut an image from a different line of paper, and there are two birds and it says "Be happy." And I've used some more vintage things ahead, such as pieces of vintage lace here and there, and I kept the look very, very shabby. And then a little dangle formed by thin pieces of vintage ribbon and lace. And then I edged just this side with this. And it is like a rope, a piece of rope. I added this in a diagonal shape, a piece of a doily I made time ago, and some fibers, and a little bow made with twine. And so this is it. I hope Angie likes what I made, and I hope you liked watching this video. Thank you everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.